I was really young, but when I first went to a canoe paddling practice with my dad, we were on a 2-man, and we went up the wall, and it was huge, it was scary. The power of the ocean and the Kaiwi Channel running into the wall. I was like 12 years old at the time. I just felt tiny, and I felt like so like out of control. We take off on this bomb. He's like, okay, hold the yako. I go out, grab it, and I'm holding on, and there's just water like in the sky. Like, it's like the coolest thing ever. I've never experienced anything like it. It's kind of like taking off, like when you take off in an airplane. You're flying, there's water everywhere in your face, and wind in your face, and just everything is like total peace in the chaos, and it just feels amazing. It's a great feeling. Then when I went in, I was like, wait, I want to go back out again. My dad used to tell me like stories of Molokaʻi and all of his races, and yeah, I had no idea. Like, I was just a little kid listening to his stories and hearing half of it and then forgetting the other half. He told me this one story about how he was battling with his friend mid-Molokaʻi Channel, and he like stood up and started surfing it like a wave, and I remember being a little kid like hearing about it, like, whoa, what? You started like, surfing, like, and there wasn't even like a wave there? Like, just totally tripping out, and he knew what he was doing for sure.
Bring it out here. Well, this is so heavy. This was basically state-of-the-art. Uncle Brendan.
Yep,
Uncle Brendan Shea won the Catalina Classic prone, and this board was his prize for winning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then when I started training and racing, he saw how good I was getting, and he's like, hey, take this board and go try and win Molokaʻi.
Win Molokaʻi.
Yeah. So then I ended up winning it on this board first 2 years. Set the record that stood for about 10 years, and then someone came along and took the record, and he's actually bested my time now. So that was like, wow, it's already happened. The beauty was this board had carry and is real stable.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got on a good run, I could just stand up and just drop in all the way pretty much to across the street, and then lay back down.
He is mighty. This board won the first Molokaʻi race.
Yeah.
First stock Molokaʻi race. This is the green machine.
The Raptor.
The Raptor.
Velociraptor.
Coming from the tall grass.
There you go.
If you want to see what you have, or you want to prove your worth, or put it out there on the line, it's crossing the Kaiwi Channel.
It's just raw, unfiltered, man versus wild.
When you look at the faces of the people who have been out there in that wild wilderness and survived and made the crossing over, it strikes some primordial thing deep within you.
Just getting to the island isn't the end of the race, because when you get to that point, you are like an inch from death. I've been there and can barely see the front of my board, and then I said I'd never do it again, and then I signed up next year.
There's something about finishing a race like that and feeling that sense of accomplishment that just is addicting. It's so hard in the moment, and it's so gnarly that you're just like, I'm never going to do this again. You have time to relax and sit down, and half an hour later you're like, I can't wait to come back next year. It's just, I don't know what it is, man, but it's something special.
You'll only know how much it hurts when you've done it. And that's kind of like the beauty of the race.
You get knocked around out there, and you suffer unless you're in top shape. If you haven't done the work, don't even paddle out to the starting line, you know?
Guy was so into it, he trained so hard. Guy used to paddle from Rabbit Island to Waikiki, 17 miles, and bike back to get his truck. That's the kind of ferocity that's in Toa right now.
I was a big competitor at one point, and but now I'm just there to, you know, support my boy and give him what I know, and then also help nurture what he has.
Being the youngest to cross the channel kind of just gave me like belief in myself, and it gave me self-confidence that I didn't know I had. It was like the first time in my life where I had something like a goal that put in front of me, like that I wanted to train for.
He starts writing out these goals and putting them up on his wall in his room, and that's when I went, oh boy, we have an athlete that's ready to go.
We can train hard, and we can like subtract time from this, and we can get better. So we did all this, and we're here, and it's a Hawaii session down in Paddle, Sandy Beach Outrigger Club. Every year I want to come back and always want to do better. The ocean decides to let you through to Oahu or not.
For a while, I started paddleboarding with him, next to him, until I couldn't stay with him. And then I was in the back yelling, hey, you know. He'd have to stop and say, oh, what did you say? You know, like, well, never mind, you're in front of me, so. So then I decided, okay, now I'm gonna get on, so I get on the canoe and paddle next to him. So now I can keep up with him. And so then we have these little things, these little conversations while I'm next to him, while he's paddling. And it's just such small fine tuning. Kind of like a coach, but a little more love in there, you know?
Him seeing the channel on its best and worst days, it's like backing me with like 20 plus years of experience. And I kind of feel like that gives me the jump on other guys, because he's like constantly pushing me to race it and do my best. And he's always kind of there for me as that kind of wiser friend and a father still. Every time I get across the channel, it kind of just propels me in my life, and it shows that I can like get through anything that I put my mind to.
Whatever he decides, he's gonna see it through. And I think that that's where it's all starting right now.